Chevy. Closed captioning for News 12 is brought to you by Kenneth Nugent. From the station that's on your side, News 12, first at 5, continues.
Blighted homes, not just an eyesore, they are also a fire hazard. Saturday, a fire destroyed a home in Augusta. The building was abandoned with no one inside.
But the flames spread from an empty building to one that was not. Our Kennedy Harris joins us now live from Datonac Street with how the potential for fires like these are scattered all over Augusta. Kennedy?
Yeah, this house caught on fire and the flames quickly spread to the house next door. Now, this is actually a personal care home, and because of the damage from the flames, 7 people are actually displaced. Now, Augusta Fire says fires at abandoned buildings are most common during the winter. A spokesperson says the fires are mostly caused by people seeking shelter inside these homes and then trying to create a fire for warmth. We got data on all of the building fires from 2021, and I compared it to a list of blighted properties awaiting demolition. We found at least 4 streets with multiple abandoned homes had fires. So that's at least 4 fires in 2021 at abandoned buildings. And if you just ride around and look at the damaged homes, you'll see many of them also have fire damage, but some have just sat there for years. The goal of the city's blight ordinance is to eradicate blight, not only because it's hard to look at, but also because it can be unsafe.
It's a safety concern. They are public health concerns. If a house is sat blighted for decades, it's more than likely mold and asbestos and other harmful elements.
And since the blight ordinance has passed, the city has demolished 67 blighted homes. I'm working on a story for tonight at 6 o'clock to give you an update on where that blight ordinance stands.
Certainly a dangerous situation for the neighborhoods to have homes like that standing. Kennedy, thank you. New details today about a fire in Jenkins County that sent a young boy to the hospital. This was the scene yesterday at that mobile home on Williams Road, just off Savannah Road. The fire chief there telling us they got a call around 6 in the morning. By the time they got to the scene, the home was already gone. We're told her mom and her son were inside at the time of the fire. The son with burns to his hands and feet airlifted to the burn unit at Doctors Hospital here in Augusta. We're working to learn more about how he's doing and what caused that fire.
Taking a live look out.
Over the course of a year, more than 10 million women and men in the U.S. are physically abused by a partner.
Our Claire Allen brings us the story of one Augusta woman who's ready to share her story of overcoming domestic violence to help other women find the strength to leave.
You know, we all hear the stories about, domestic violence and what, happens, behind closed doors.
Holly Solomon is one of the nearly 37 Georgia women who are survivors of domestic violence. According to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, about 30% of men in Georgia also experience violence from an intimate partner.
You can overcome anything. You don't have to stay there. We have one life. Change it.
Solomon endured 8 years of domestic violence from her ex-husband. She says she left not just for herself, but for her children.
I wanted to show them you can be strong. If you don't like something about your life, you can go change it.
Crisis specialist Marissa Rio says domestic violence needs more attention.
There's not a lot of light to that because victims and survivors of this kind of trauma or situations are very scared.
Locally, Rio says domestic and sexual assault crimes have increased, and advocating is key to give survivors a voice.
We come in and support not only to help them have a voice and let them know their choices. We may not know them, but we know they need us. And this is why we do what we do day in and day out.
In Augusta, Claire Allen on your side.
If you are looking for resources, you have options here locally. Safe Homes of Augusta is a domestic violence center that uses advocacy, education, and awareness to help survivors. You can call them anytime at the number on your screen. Piedmont Augusta also has a 24/7 rape and crisis service. It is also at the number on your screen.
The Columbia County Sheriff's Office is asking if you have an ATV. If you do, and you're interested in volunteering, you might consider joining their ATV unit. To find out more, call the number right there on the screen. A police department in Georgia taking a new tactic when it comes to minor vehicle violations. A new auto parts store giving the Sandy Springs Police Department $2,500 worth of gift cards. This new partnership will give officers an additional tool during a traffic stop, and when it's appropriate, you're going to get a $25 gift card for minor vehicle violations.
Right now, we understand the economy the way it is, gas prices through the roof. Somebody might not be able to afford what they believe to be a simple tail light or brake light. So instead of us issuing them a citation, which is going to put them deeper in a financial hole, we want to help them get out of that.
Now, wouldn't that be a nice boost? The Sandy Springs Police Department, the first in Georgia, the second one nationally to adopt this new gift card program.
A local organization is working to teach young girls about periods and puberty while also addressing period poverty, and they're doing it in a way that's fun. Princesses Pearls and Puberty host a free party every year for girls 8 to 12. The girls who go get all dressed up and they learn about their bodies, physical safety, and mental health wellness in a fun environment. The organization also gives away free period products to those who need it.
You know, we have girls in elementary school who are missing out on the classes because they don't have pads at home, or depending on their situation, they may not even have the other resources to make sure that they can take care of their periods with dignity.
Or anyone to sit down and talk to them about it. Coming up, the party is Saturday the 26th. It is free, but you do need to register online if you would like to go.
It is the Super Bowl of the art world, and one professor at AU is on her way there, a process that's been years in the works. We'll explain ahead, first at 5.
And it has been a beautiful Monday, a great way to start the work week, but rain chances going up tomorrow night through Wednesday. Much more on that forecast just after the break.
Time and
You know, that was one windy weekend we had, and check this out, a plane flipping on top of another one at the Charleston International Airport. This was on Saturday.
No official word yet if the planes had been moved back or what caused them to flip, but it happened after high winds that caused other damage as well, like knocking traffic lights down. I've got several family members in Charleston who all lost power as a result of all of this, so we thought we had winds here that were a problem, not quite like our friends the coast had.
Yeah, I don't think Bushfield had any tipped over plane.
No.
We drive for the weekend.
All right, thanks for that, Riley. One AU professor is getting ready to take her art overseas. All right, check it out. These are just a few modern art pieces by Marianna Williams.
This summer, she's going to be on display in an exhibit with her work in Venice. Will Volk shows us why the accomplishment is like making it to the Super Bowl of the art world.
Marianna Williams has always loved art, and for her, creating art is more than just painting. It's power tools, cameras, and new media.
What's the best format for people to see this, and how can people really participate in this and experience it?
She remembers her experiences traveling the world. Her time in the Arctic Circle gave her a new perspective.
You know, it really shifted me away from just strictly painting, because I was like, you know, there's this whole language of information here.
She wants her art to be an experience you can interact with, and she's excited to bring that to Venice. This summer, this work, inspired by her time in the Arctic, will be displayed.
We were able to make it happen. So it's just been coming up with an idea, reaching out, finding funding for it, and sending it abroad. It's been, you know, have a goal, shoot for it, I guess.
She calls it the largest exhibition she's ever done, and she thinks this experience will help her students.
I don't even know if they know I'm showing in Venice. Honestly, they might. I haven't told them, so.
If they don't know yet, they will soon, as their professor's work is going from Augusta to Venice. In Augusta, Will Volk, on your side.
Oh, how cool is that? She says it took more than $40,000 worth of grants to make all of this happen.
I think word is getting out about all this.
Yes.
Her work does go on display in late April. It's going to be on display there in Venice until early November. Congratulations on a great achievement there.
How cool is that? All right, the weekend time shift means more light in the evening, but you might have more trouble getting out of bed in the morning. Yeah, guilty. Coming up, some unusual apps to help you get your day started.
The
The Augusta child psychologist at the center of a months-long I-Team investigation is now behind bars. Now we've uncovered something else to address. His address when he's released from prison. An exclusive I-Team update tonight on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
The live-by camera.
Well, what do you know? It is
Free inspection. Serious wreck? Don't make it worse by calling the insurance company first. Call attorney John Foy and Associates.
Insurance companies want you to settle cheap. That's what they do. Making them pay up, that's what I do.
Injured? Call the strong arm.
Well, what do you know? It is the Monday after the time change, and you might have trouble getting out of bed after shifting that schedule. We're fine-tuned clocks, aren't we?
You know what? It takes me about a week. Like, I'm going to say, yeah, but it's really 4:49 for like the next couple of days.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What time is it really?
Yeah, but if you rely on the alarm clock app already on your phone, Jamie Tucker has rounded up some alternative apps guaranteed to get you up and moving.
There's absolutely no way you'll tap the snooze button for a few extra weeks if you use the Alarmy alarm clock app. You'll have to get up to turn off the alarm. Alarmy calls itself motivational alarm clock, forcing you to get out of bed and putting your body or your mind to work. The only way to turn off this alarm is by exercising, taking steps, playing a memory game, or solving a math problem. You can't hit snooze because there is no snooze button. Loud alarm clock as well. A really loud alarm clock. I mean, an extremely loud and annoying alarm. Warning, you may be a little rattled for a few hours as it's so loud it's a shock to the nervous system. Math alarm is loud as well, and you'll need to answer a series of math questions to turn it off. You choose whether it's 1, 2, or 10 math problems. You can also choose easy, medium, or hard questions. Another warning, making the questions too hard for your math ability, you'll have to Google the answers. My favorite alarm clock app, though, is Wakey. It's actually not just an alarm clock, but a community app where you take and make phone calls with complete strangers around the world. I ask for an alarm.
Hey, did I wake you up?
And a nice lady from the UK called live with a very polite wake-up call. The app stores are filled with alarm clocks, so if you're having trouble waking up using the stock app that's already on your phone, these apps will help start your day whether you want to or not. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
Okay.
Tell that. You can have a stranger wake you up on your cell phone.
I actually love that. I love that. I do not like the math question.
No.
I cannot even speak a few words when I first wake up, much less do math.
You're asking questions before coffee, right? Remember that.
Someone from the UK calling to wake me up? That's fun.
Pick your favorite accent, have them call you to wake you up. Now, all these apps are free, but with paid versions that do remove the annoying ads.
I might have somebody call me from another country to wake me up tomorrow.
By the way, did you figure out yet how to set the clock in your car? Because everybody has to go through that.
I did. I know. So we lost 2 hours, really. The hour we lost springing forward, and then the hour we lost changing our clocks.
Those car clocks are the last ones to get changed, aren't they?
Spring training has started for the Atlanta Braves in southern Florida. It's not just Freddie Freeman who's missing at spring training, by the way. A couple of other big names are also missing, including Eddie Rosario, Jorge Soler, and Jacques Peterson. All the players are free agents, and, time will tell where they end up. It is also the first day of full spring training at the new place in Northport, Florida. And part of the day involved watching highlights of Game 6 of the World Series on the big screen before working out, because you need a little bit of motivation.
Batter up. Here it goes.
Yeah.
Spring training. Okay, getting active to raise money for those who really need it, but it's not your typical walk or run. This is a pickleball tournament in Berkeley County, raising money for both homeless veterans and to help students in that area go on to college. So it's all for a great cause. Could even inspire a new hobby for you as well.
It's really exciting. I know nothing about pickleball, so I'm learning as we go. But it looks like it's a lot of fun. I might have to take up the sport and get involved.
People do seem to love it. The two-day fundraiser brought in about 50 people together to play in their first tournament. It's catching on really all over the place.
It is. It's hard to play, though, because the racket is shorter than a tennis racket, so you swing and miss a lot, apparently, if you're a tennis player, because you're not used to the small racket.
Yeah, the kind of a layout like a tennis court, but on a smaller scale. The SPCA Albrecht Center says black cats are waiting too long.
The shelter says black cats have a harder time finding a home. Some kittens like Polaris here,
Cute.
I know, have been waiting for a home their whole lives. The shelter says they get looked over, but if you want a chance to meet them, see how cool they are, how sweet they are, you can go meet all the cats at the kittens in the shelter at Aiken. It's open Monday through Saturday from 11 to 4:30.
They are beautiful.
I know,
black
they're gorgeous.
cats. Mm-hmm.
Hey, and if it's not your pets making you sneeze, our allergies are going to be very bad this week. We do have high pollen counts all the way through our Saturday. We will see some relief, though, with a few showers in the forecast. Now, look at that just after the break. All right, what do we got to increase? We still hit the 70s for highs, and then rain chances do start to go up by Tuesday evening, especially Wednesday. Storms are likely Wednesday morning into our Thursday, though, looking very nice. Partly cloudy skies and temps in the 70s for any St. Patrick's Day plans.
So with gas prices soaring, local businesses are struggling, especially those that rely on driving to make their money. Coming up here on News 12 at 6 o'clock, how food trucks are dealing with the higher prices. We're back after a short break.
Investigate.